Hey everybody, let's face it here. Credibility is a lot harder to build over the telephone than in person, okay? In person, they see you, they know you're a real person, they know who you are, they can see your face, they know you're not in some place just like ripping people off all day. And you can present them with hard copies of your insurance license, brochures from the insurance company. You can talk about your family, you can show them family pictures, show them things on your phone, add them on social media right in front of them. And it's just a face-to-face thing, like the human interaction, because people believe what they see, not what they hear. Okay, so credibility, the definition of credibility is the quality of being trusted and believed in. So most insurance agents are so focused on building up the surety of the client in the product that they're selling that sometimes they overlook the fact that they have to build up surety on themselves. So they have to build up credibility on themselves. There's credibility in the product, credibility on you, and then credibility of the company. Okay, so most insurance agents are so product-centered, they're not really focused on things like credibility of themselves or the company. So regardless of how good your presentation is, you may have some clients who will be skeptical of you and who you are, what you say is what you say and represent true. Okay, can I believe you, essentially? Because all this stuff you're telling me sounds good, but I've been lied to before. Okay, so people use these bad experiences. It only takes one bad egg to make the other ones all kind of smell stinky, okay? Unless they're shown to be a beautiful, beautiful hard-boiled egg. So we want to polish their vision of us, all right? So if you're selling over the phone, here are some tips. One, know what the heck you're talking about, okay? Stuttering, stammering, using fillers such as like, you know what I'm saying, well, that'll lower your credibility with the client. Okay, people only use fillers when they lack the knowledge or confidence in what they're talking about, and it comes from not knowing what to say next, all right? So practicing your presentation over and over again and studying up on your products, how it'll help the client, any information that can help them understand that you are a credible person, okay? Practicing that stuff and knowing all of that like the back of your hand, having a quick response to every single thing that they say will build credibility. The second you go with, let me talk to someone, hold on, let me ask someone else, you lose credibility. They're like, this person doesn't know what they're talking about. Why would someone do business? If you're selling something and you don't know what it is and you're not excited enough about it to almost want it yourself, right? Then how can you expect them to buy it? So knowing that stuff builds credibility in you. You want to present it as if you are the buyer doing the research on the products, the presentation. So bottom line, sound like an expert by discussing things that really only experts would have insight on. Next, present in a way that truly solves the client's problems. I'll go over this in another video. You want to ask the right questions that only a professional would ask, okay? This will go into fact finding, financial needs analysis, figuring out exactly how much coverage is good for the client and how much will have them insured for their final expenses and whatever else may come up. Of course, it's based on their budget too, but right, a professional handles it that way. You're not just a quoting machine. Like, you're not a quoting machine. And if you are, then you'll get treated like one. Okay. Next, send them your credentials early in the presentation to build up your credibility with them. Okay. By the way, guys, if you like this video, please hit like below, hit the thumbs up button, and then hit the subscribe button as well. Okay. Hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button. So you want to send them credentials early on, which is a picture of your driver's license, your insurance license, a picture of your, what else? Your business cards, if you have some of those. You want to send those early on in the presentation, okay? And you want to build it into your presentation in your rapport building or the conversational part. It can all be weaved together, okay? So for instance, make it a point to talk a little bit about where the client lives. You can bring up current events, past events, whatever. Google TripAdvisor, their city and the restaurants, and make something up. Be like, oh yeah, I got 2 clients over there. They said their favorite restaurants are this and this. You ever been to those? right? It's like, oh, did you grow up there your whole life? Because on the application, you need to know the state they were born in, right? Were you born there? And then, you know what? I live in this state here. Stuff's been going this da-da-da-da. Explain a little bit or say something. By the way, I'm going to send you my, in this case it would be Florida, I'm going to send you my Florida driver's license, my insurance license, and my business card. That way you can just put a face to the voice, okay? Is this a cell phone that we're on? Usually yes. Great, I'm going to send that right over. Have it on a pre-printed thing. You can put them all on a white piece of paper. Send them all individually, however you want to do it. Do that early on so that they can see who they're talking to. Send them a social media link, right? Hey, check me out on Facebook too. If you ever need to get in touch with me again, you lose my phone number, this is a great way. I've been on Facebook for however many years that you've been on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, right? Next, when you're presenting, what you can do is say, hey, I'm going to send you the program we're going over right now. Hold on, let me send you a copy of it, the brochure. Just send it to them, okay? Send it to them because people believe what they see, not what they hear. So if you're in a situation where you can get them to open up that file while they're on the phone with you, then you can present the features and benefits of that program right in front of them. Face to face, it's easy. You just open up the brochure, you go over the benefits. Oh, look at this pretty thing that I didn't make, the insurance company made. But on the phone, it's different. So you got to kind of think outside the box and be creative. You can send them copies of stuff. I had a lady I closed the other day for an agent who wasn't able to close her. I sent her and her husband the brochure on their cell phone, and they looked it over page by page right there with me. I made them review it with me right on the phone. I didn't give them a choice. Hey, we're going to review the brochure right now so you know what this program is. So you know that what I'm saying is true, okay? So send them a brochure. Some people, they don't receive messages on their cell phone like that. I mean, some of our clients, let's face it, not the most technologically literate people, but that's going to change over the next 5-10 years. Kind of as that generation fades away and unfortunately passes and is deceased, the newer generation that fills the gap will have a lot more technological literacy. It'll actually make it easier for us to do it. And who knows, there may be a new technology out sometime that'll make it an easy video call, like Zoom, maybe a little easier. So send them copies of brochure documents and have them review it right there, okay? That can have someone be like, okay, cool, that's all I needed. I needed to see it. It's not actually like touching it. It's just like reading it, okay? Now you find this stuff out after the next one here. What I like to do if the person's like totally like sketched out, call the insurance company or our agency home office on a 3-way phone call, both of them, and they'll confirm who we are, my insurance license number, my writing number. I give the client my personal information before I call. This is my writing number. I'm appointed in your state here. This is my full name. This is my address they have on file. You know, it matches with kind of stuff we've already talked about, and what's on my ID, right? My driver's license that I send them. So call the insurance company on a 3-way phone call, talk to their marketing or their licensing and contracting division, and then from there we establish that, hey, I am who I'm talking about. I had another lady. Okay, cool. Another guy. I mean, that's all I needed to hear. Let's do this. He jumped right into it. Right? A way to figure that out at the end of the conversation is when you quote them and they're like, oh, mail me something, got to think about it. Let me look around. Let me do my research. Okay. A good way to see this is, hey, okay, listen, man, price aside, is this something that you feel like would benefit your family? And if they're like, I guess, then you may have to actually build up the product again. But if they're like, oh yeah, for sure, then it's something about you that they don't trust and something about the company. Like it's almost always uncertainty about you or the company if they want the product, right? Because we do so well on building up the product that sometimes we overlook that we have to build up ourselves too. You can also ask them straight up, flat out. Hey, do you trust what I'm telling you right now? Like when you quote them and then you try to close them and they're giving you the runaround. Hey, listen, man, do you trust everything I told you about the product? Right? Do you trust? Be honest. If you want is it that you want the insurance and you don't trust me because you just don't know who I am? Right? Maybe you were treated bad in the past. Is that the case? You want the insurance, you just don't trust me? Okay, that's a totally valid question. Hard questions get good answers. That's a great question to ask someone. Do you like the insurance? You like the idea of insurance, you just don't know who I am, so you're kind of having trouble trusting me, right? Yes, okay, great. Hang on one second here. I'm gonna put the insurance company on the line just so they can confirm who I am. Not expecting it to change your mind either way. I would just love for you to know that I am who I'm talking about and everything I told you up to this point is true. Hang on one second. Emergency call. By that point, they should already have had your driver's license and insurance license, and hopefully they have the brochure, the quote sent to them in a text message or email so that they're getting this information. So it's almost like you're talking to them, you're sending them a text, you can send them an email. It's just lines of communication, ways to communicate with the client. So I hope this helped you guys on how to build credibility in telesales, because it's a lot harder to get someone to trust you on the phone than it is in person. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Next episode, we're going to be bringing you some more fire. So hang tight.